Hey guys, it's your boy Pat. Welcome back to the next episode of the Hollowed Down Cigar Lounge. We got some friends over here today. We're going to introduce. We are bringing in Chantel Leavitt from Dama Cigars. How are you doing, ma'am? She's down here in the corner for all of you looking on.
Fabulous. Even though we have a glare, it's not my fault. It's a new iPhone. It's going back tomorrow.
Hey, we can do it. So we've got two of our OGs, Justin up here and Mr. Chad down here. And what we're going to do so I can catch up with you guys already smoking, we are going to talk to Chantel about all things Bella Dama today, but we are also smoking her Ace blend cigar today. So we'll have a picture of over that as well. So before I ask you questions, Chantel, do you want to tell us what is in the cigar or whatever you want us to tell us about it, and then we'll just kind of start talking from there. So what do you got?
Yes. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I love you guys. So I saw you guys Cigar for Warriors. That's so exciting. I love them. You guys were doing an event, a giveaway with Friends of Macanudo. Clubs Friends Macanudo. They're doing a dinner in New York, and so we're donating for them, and I owe them a bunch of
nice.
But yes, so that's so cool to see that. So the Ace has a San Andreas Maduro wrapper. It's a Condega binder and an Esteli filler. So our factory is in Esteli. It's in Esteli, Nicaragua. Obviously, most people would know. Tabacalera Aragon. And so this is right there in their backyard. This is a fan favorite for sure.
Nice. So we're definitely excited. So we're obviously going to be talking with you throughout the show. And we normally don't, and I'll say this, we normally don't review somebody's cigar with them being on the show. But in this case, being new to us, we felt like it would be a fun thing to do. And we've, seen good comments about it. So we wanted to jump in and just kind of go full tilt and see what we think about it with you on the show while we talk. So
Pat, I feel so special. Yay.
Hey.
hey.
So
this is the first for sure to do this. So
it is.
All right. I love that. Very cool. Thank you so much.
Just to make sure I didn't just overstep and misspeak, Chad and Justin, you have not had this cigar, right? Am I correct on that?
I have not had this cigar. I have had Dealer's Choice. And that was a really good Connecticut. It was definitely your size, Pat. For sure. It was that bigger ring gauge.
A gorilla arm.
Yeah, a gorilla arm. The bigger ring gauge. The boss size, But that was a really good Connecticut. I enjoyed that. I had that on the way home from work. It was nice and short, perfect. Perfect for the amount of drive that I have. And I ended it just as I got home. So it was a really good cigar. Cool. But this is the first time I've had the Ace. And this right off the bat's got lots of chocolate. It's extremely smooth. I'm enjoying it already. Yeah, for sure.
That chocolate bomb was almost immediate, dude.
Mhm.
Yep.
The cold draw was straight chocolate. That cold draw was just straight chocolate right off the bat.
And it is, if I'm not mistaken, this is a 6x52 torpedo. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Okay. And you see, our buddy Chris Coulter down there said, "Let the party start." And
Chris, I love Chris.
he kicked back this at Chantel Rock. So we're learning
Thanks,
that pretty
Chris.
quickly, buddy.
Thanks,
So,
Chris.
he threw up, and I'll put this back, and I'll go ahead and ask you this question to get started. So he threw up these little symbols that just may happen to look like game cards. So if you know Bella Dama, you know why. So Chantel, can you go ahead and tell us what are your first blends? What are they called? Because this will kind of explain what he's throwing down here.
So Dama Cigars is based around the world of poker. It's an ode to my father. He was a champion professional poker player back in Vegas in the day. Unfortunately, he passed away at the pinnacle of his success. And so he was a huge cigar smoker, primarily Partagas. And so he loved Partagas. So that's kind of what I grew up on or seeing and experiencing. And so this is an ode to him. And it was something that just came out of the blue. I wasn't initially planning on naming the line after cigars, but I go, oh, I have to have a king because my father was like the poker king. So that's how it all started. But I did it ass backwards because I did the king. Don't ask me why. The king, the flush, and the royal. It's not even in sequence. So I don't even know how that all happened. But that was my first three. And then I had the king, the queen, the jack, the royal, and the flush. I didn't have the ace yet. So that was my core 5. And then I brought in the ace. And then, of course, we know the rest of them. 4 more, and our 5th anniversary that we just came out with.
And that's cool. I did see that, and talking to you ahead of time, you did mention that you threw the company as an homage to your father. And I kind of dig the fact that the whole line is kind of gearing towards that poker essence. Kind of gives us some consistency as you go through as well. So we always say that we like a good story, and I like the fact that it's coming from a story. It's not just something thrown together, without forethought. So
thank you.
The fact that you did it quick means nothing. The fact that you have a story and a purpose means everything. So
thank you so much. It really is very personal to me. I wouldn't have stayed in this game this long, right? It really has been a journey for him. In essence, right? Of course, right. It's for me, but it's just I wanted to just honor him in this way, and so
and you've
no
been
matter how
5,
far I go.
Years?
Pardon me.
I'm sorry. You said it's been about 5 or 6 years since you started. Now
it is. So this coming May will make 6 years. It's crazy. I LLC during COVID. Who does that? Me.
Talk about a good time to start, right?
We've heard that story several times though too. It seems like a lot of the small boutique owners that we know have started around or during COVID. It was crazy. I don't know. Like it seemed like the craziest time to do it.
Yeah, you would think, but at the end of the day, everybody was pretty much shut down in most industries, right? I mean, I'm so grateful for at least the people that made out, like signage, plexiglass stuff, all, you know what I mean? All that
right,
stuff.
right.
So at least somebody made out, right? But the rest of us, I'm not going to just sit and twiddle my thumbs. I'm not that person, and no one's coming to save you. So at the end of the day, my business was pummeled. What are you going to do? This is a passion. This is something I've wanted to do. What a better time so that I could actually take that time to teach myself, right? I'm self-taught. Right. So there was no pressure. You didn't have to hit. I mean, for me, I always put pressure on myself, but you didn't have to just go out there and run, right? I could crawl first, and just start to learn about the industry. And then it's all about building your brand. And ironically, the one blessing for me, now that I'm talking about it, is that everyone was so uber focused on social media. I didn't even know how to hashtag. I didn't even have an Instagram. You know what I mean? I had 250 friends probably on Facebook. They were friends, family, people I went to school with, that stuff. But it was a platform. that I was able to
Right.
capitalize on, and had great people that really took me in, the girl that knew nothing about social media. So, there were blessings there for sure for me, even though it was a rough time for everyone.
And it kind of made you have to figure it out, even if you didn't want to. So even if you did know more of the industry, you probably would have had to curveball and figure it out. So in your aspect, it kind of helped, because a couple other new brands that we've talked about or talked to that kind of came around COVID, it's been kind of the vibe, is that it almost forced you to motivate yourself, which in business is good. It makes you put your foot forward and kind of make things work. So in your case, it seems like it benefited you in a good way.
It did, really, because I had come up with the idea, or not the idea, the drive again about a year before, that I really wanted to do something in this industry. And at that point, it's such a risk, especially as a sole female entrepreneur, and a child in high school at the time, getting ready to go to college. That was a lot, right? But it just gave me that opportunity to go ahead and pursue it after a year of shelving it again, so I have to think of it positive, right? There's no other way.
It's fair. Thinking positive always a good thing. And
Yes.
now, I know you said you kind of throw this to your dad, but outside of the brand, when did you personally start kind of realizing that you enjoyed cigars, or the world of cigars? Like, how did your personal interest in these bad boys come out?
I have to laugh, you guys. That's why you saw that squinching face and
saw that.
laughing, because when I think about it, so I grew up very unconventionally. We had poker games in our basement when I was a kid. They were all smoking sticks and playing poker all night long into the morning. And there's more to that, but I'll leave it at that, because it's just a run on from things I've talked about before. But so I've always had that. I've had both the gaming gene and the cigar gene in my blood from a young kid. And I was very fascinated by it.
Sounds like Chad.
So,
It does sound like that.
So I got my
100%.
first cigar, I did it when I was 16. I thought that my mom and my stepdad wouldn't be able to smell. It's like cigarettes, right? I can't smell. That's bullshit. They smelled it all right. So they threatened me with an inch. Actually, no. What they said is, next time I catch you again, you're gonna smoke it and inhale the entire thing. So I was like, no bueno. We're all good. So then, back in the 90s, mid, right, 94ish. I moved to Chicago from Vegas, and I got into cigars. It was really making a comeback, socially acceptable comeback. And so there were restaurants, things like that you could smoke cigarettes and cigars. So it was a thing. And that's when Cigar Aficionado magazine just came out, Marvin. So it was really making a comeback. And from then on, but there were times in my life, obviously, that I wasn't out there smoking a lot. So I will say that. But if I had to say, my foray back into it was in the 90s.
Okay. So definitely personal things for you for quite a while.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
It's fun, because we all have different stories here, me and the show has heard this a million times, so I'll give you the skinny. I've been smoking for about 16, 17 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Chad's got the same amount of time, but it's broken up into 2 periods. Justin's been smoking a little over 3 now, and just dove hard into it and full stop. So everybody has a different intro into what got you into this hobby and what makes you enjoy it. So it's always fun to hear, what gets you started, especially as somebody who starts their own line and their own brand. Obviously that enjoyment's a little deeper than it is for somebody who just sits and smokes. So it's kind of cool to hear your personal side as well.
Pat, it's deeper in the pocket. That's about it.
That is very true.
Okay.
Very true. So since our buddy Chris Coulter is owning the chat right here, he popped this up in the middle where you were talking about, how you grew up and everything. And he said, very rare is the day that Chantel wakes up and chooses violence. She's always pushing for herself and everyone around her to succeed. Ask the Wahoo what happens when she chooses violence.
If I ever chose violence,
Yeah.
wait, it says that the Wahoo, the Wahoo. Wait a minute. The Wahoo was after. What was the other one that we just did? What was the one before that? Now I can't remember. We just did it. Oh my god. But the Wahoo actually. I had to tell you, Chris. I know. Why am I not remembering what the last fish, the big fish we just caught? It was 125 pounds. It was me and my girlfriend did that one. Why can't I remember? Help me, Chris.
He's
Amberjack.
referencing a fishing trip.
It was an amberjack. So we caught an amberjack. Gosh, I want to say 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago. I had family in. We went fishing, and I'm going to tell you right now that amberjack was an MFer. I mean,
It's a hard fighting fish.
No, I'm going to tell you, I had more bruises on me than I did from this one. And I wasn't letting go. And I felt like I told my girlfriend, I go, look, you have fought bigger fish than this. I was like crazy, right? I'm like, don't you stop. And she's pulling up the top and I'm reeling. And it was a left hand. And I'm just like gouging. I wasn't letting go. I felt if it was going to get away, it was going to get away because the line snapped, not because I quit. I wasn't quitting.
Right.
There we go.
Chris, to answer your question, that Wahoo, that was a bitch too. That thing, they're runners. But it gave in before that amberjack. The amberjack, when we thought we're going to see color, it went zzz, and it just took off. I was like, every word in the book.
Now you're
You do
talking
some
my
deep
language.
sea fishing then? Is that one of your hobbies?
No, just, we do that stuff. I love to fish. So this is the first time I did the trolling thing. So,
yeah.
And I was actually in Grand Turks, which is the small island off Turks and Caicos. And so the cool thing about being there compared to here in Florida, we could keep whatever we caught. There was no size limitation. There was no species limitation.
No regulations.
Season. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we got wahoo, yellowfin, tuna, something you guys all know, any of you that know that fish, it begins with a B and it's a tuna also. A barra. I can't. I don't know.
Justin's can you think? I'm not a fisherman.
I'm trying to think of it, but
a barracuda or something.
A barracuda?
No barracuda. I would know barracuda.
Bonita.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Peter.
Yeah,
Peter's
to the rescue.
I'm going to tell you something. He's always coming in the
What's up, Peter?
And saving my ass. I love you, man. Peter, you know what? Peter, I got to tell you. So I know you guys because of Peter.
Right.
You guys have known him for a while. He's the one who orchestrated this. Thank you,
Peter.
Peter's good people.
I got to tell you something. So Peter and I are both from Maine. Come to find out, we didn't even know. We know the same circle of people. Ironic, right? It was so weird. We're just maniacs. And Peter is, I'm going to tell you, Peter is like, when I tell you, he's moving mountains. He's in the mountains of North Carolina, but he is. When I tell you, this is the only, can you imagine you're in the mountains of North Carolina, right? You got a lot of shitty weather, a lot of shitty shit. Okay, Peter has broken ceilings in his area at this time when it has been the slow season, right? I mean, the things that he has accomplished is exponential. The things that he is involved in and that he's doing, I am so, not only he's like my family, right? But I'm so happy to have him on my team. He is my right-hand person. I appreciate him so much. And he is just, there's going to be a lot of really cool stuff coming from Bella Damas. I'm excited. Peter's on my list to meet up with. Chris, yes, Chris, for sure. So yes, bravo to Peter. He just did a huge successful event at Valley Cigar and Wine in Waynesville, North Carolina. You guys, I can't wait to go just to go. This place is like badassery and it's not even the season yet, right?
Right.
They do chili cook-offs, wing cook-offs, you name it. So if anybody's in Waynesville, go see Valley Wine for sure.
Peter actually was one of our sponsors for our giveaway right?
Yep.
No shit.
Yeah, and then my wife actually won that giveaway, and he knew that it was my wife, and he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna send your wife these cigars. It's called Bella Dama." So he sent a big sampler pack for my wife,
Oh, is
and
that how you got them?
that's the only reason why I got. That's the only reason why I got the one, because she doesn't like the big ring gauge. So she was like, "You can have that one because I don't like the big ring gauge." I'm like,
you
"Okay."
can have that one.
So that's the only one I've had. So that's how I got that to begin with. Yeah, Peter.
I forgot about that. Yeah, we did a. It was Veterans Day, I believe, wasn't it, or something? No. He did it. He did a Veterans Day on
I
our
don't
post.
remember either.
Yeah, I can't remember which one it was. It was.
Oh no, it was. We did a Ohana giveaway when Madison.
That's right. I was gonna say, yeah, because she's got a big sampler of Ohana, and she's got a big sampler of Bella Dama.
Peter being Peter, he just threw in extra stuff. Like we had decided how we were going to do the giveaway, and he just threw in extra stuff to let people try. So, he
has he does, and he's done stuff, you guys, with the fire department over the holidays. I mean, he knows he has my full backing and support for things like that. So he does it, and he just does it. He doesn't need to ask because he understands. He's not giving away the farm. He's just doing something very kind and very nice, and that is really a backbone of what Bella Dama Cigars is. I love to give back, and I love that Peter does as well. We don't give away the farm. I try not to. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's it's hard when we have so many good causes and stuff like that. It's really hard.
Giveaways are a great way for the community to join in.
That's it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, what's up, Gil? I see you slipping in there. And Chad, before have you asked yet? Because I saw you.
No, I haven't. I was saying, we're going to review this cigar. We should do some reviewing. So
I'm going to sit back and listen.
I have. Well,
that's great.
I'll start with you can't have better construction or draw on a cigar. So this so far is flawless. The draw is flawless.
Agreed.
At light up, I got chocolate, and I also got some cherry or dry fruit, like with that chocolate for about the first, I don't know, half or 3/4 of an inch, and the cherry's kind of subsided now, and it's
I got like a dark. I got a dark cherry as well, Chad. Dark cherry is what I picked up. I don't know about you, but it may be different from your palate.
No, it was something like that. I couldn't really nail it down.
Dark cherry or dried fruit,
sweeter chocolate dried fruit. And I loved it. So
I'm good.
So far, so good.
That makes sense because we all said the chocolate right away. That's nice. There's just enough pepper to blend in, but it's not that like over intense pepper. But I was getting a little bit of something tart, but I couldn't pull out that it was cherry, so that makes sense.
Plum. How about plum?
Okay,
I could work.
Plum.
Yep.
I was gonna say date, but that sounded too fancy.
No, I love dates, right? I love figs and dates, but it is all of like the dark fruit category. It really is.
Right.
Peter said cherry will return at the end. Nice.
Yeah. Oh, that's you guys. Oh, you know what? Did I send you guys the wild card?
I can tell you which ones. So, because I forget which one.
The Ace, the All In, I think, in the wild card, right?
You know what? Let me not misspeak because I can tell you.
You don't have to right now, but there's something with the wild. And if I didn't, I'm going to send it to you.
While you're looking at that, Chad, have you retroed this? Because I've been retroing the whole time.
I've been retroing the whole thing. I haven't
from the beginning.
Yeah. So for me, Chantel, cigars tells the story in the nose. Like I'm not a mouth smoker. I'm blowing it all off my nose. So how it retros tells the whole tale, and this thing is fantastic on the retro.
It's a beautiful white pepper. Beautiful.
So white pepper, I like that. Thank you so much.
I'm sorry, Chad.
The issue I have with most cigars at light up is they front load the pepper into the first half or 3/4 of an inch, and your cigar did not have that, which I appreciate. I appreciate that. It was palatable.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
I don't like it. I don't like cigars personally, and I know everybody has their own palate, but I think the majority would agree. You don't want something so super pepper forward or dark pepper forward, right?
Agree.
Like I remember you mentioned something about the white pepper, and that describes this very accurately because it's a lot light. You're not getting
softer.
It's not a sharp white pepper. It's a very. It's like I said, the beautiful is the only way I can describe it because it's just it's smooth and It just rolls right out of the nostrils.
And we just had someone, I can't remember who it was, that really wanted a very pepper forward stick. And
This guy likes them too.
Yeah.
I like those, and that's all I used to like. But as the years go by, I have to be in the mood for it now. I blame Chad. He's the one that's got me more downscale with the smoother blends with the white pepper retro. I used to be like all red and black pepper.
Yes.
I have a slogan like getting Van Damme to the face. But now it's more like I have to be in the mood for it. Like the other day, I woke up and chose violence, and I lit up a Warhead by Espinosa just to start the day.
Okay, so I'm gonna have Peter send you something that is not in circulation. That is Dama Cigars.
Okay.
That is very pepper forward. I mean, in my eyes. Now, then again, I am not. You know what I mean? So for me, it's subjective, but it will be more pepper forward than anything we have currently. I'm looking at it all right now.
Peter,
that's why I go
Peter
like
knows that about me. We've had several conversations, and he's turned me on to a few sticks that have a lot of pepper forward. I like the retro hail to just burn.
Well, you know what? He's gonna get those to you. I promise you that. Peter, I know you're listening, so just make a note. Would you please?
Yeah, skip me on that round.
Peter, I'll send you my new address, Peter.
Secretary anybody could have.
Yeah.
Well, to answer your question, so out of the ones that that Peter sent or you sent, whoever, I think you sent them to me directly this time. It doesn't matter. That Belladama sent is obviously we have the Ace here. Doing that on the show with you. The other three that you sent us is the Flut, or the other two. Hold on. So yeah, the Ace, the Flush, and the Wild Card. So what I did with the other two is we're gonna pull them on shows. You know, when it's just us smoking, and then so the three of us will we're gonna smoke the Flush at some point, and then me, Chad, and our other guy Ryan are gonna hit the Wild Card. So that way we're getting different opinions.
So cool.
I have that one if my wife will give it to me.
Yeah, right. Don't worry about like having to go on and present it or whatever. Just enjoy them. I picked the Maduro, the Habano, and the Maduro. Actually, two Maduros actually. So I sent you the Ace, the Wild Card, and the deal. You said the Flush.
The Flush.
No, the Flush. Yeah. So I brought you in a Connecticut there. And so with me, I am not a Connecticut fan. Sorry if I'm offending anyone. It's just not my jam. It's never my jam, no matter what. But so what I did is I just always feel like Connecticut's are like smoking air. You know, you're just not much there to it. It's like smoking something hollow. So for me, I took both the Flush and the Dealer's Choice, which are the only Connecticut's I have. And they have some layer there. You know what I mean? They have a little punch, a little kick, nothing too cray, but something, you know, to me, if I was going to smoke Connecticut, I'm going to smoke it in the morning with a cappuccino or an espresso or whatever. Otherwise, I'm just not ever smoking it. So, but it goes fantastically, you know, with a really good cup of coffee, especially something, you know, little heavier. You could even have some chocolate in there, whatever, even your spice in your coffee. But this stick both of them will accommodate a great cup of coffee for sure.
And that's cool. And I know you didn't tell us we had to put on a show. That's just something that we talked about. We wanted to do so that way if we're gonna pull this stuff out, Peter's talked highly of it, so that way we can, you know, give our honest opinions and enjoy it while we're also, you know, letting our Hollow Down family know what's up with it as well. So. But the Connecticut's, you know, it's just, you could have the same conversation on the other coin. You have people that absolutely hate Maduros because to them it's too dark. So, you know, you hit both sides of it for different people, you know, so more people can enjoy what you're putting out versus just a small niche. So
that's what everyone has to understand. There's such a palette, and it's just not even about the wrapper. It doesn't mean because it's a Maduro, Connecticut, or whatever it is, it's going to be your jam, whether you like that wrapper or not. Customarily, right. It's all the components in it. You know, this one, you guys, and shit. You know what? Let me just get. If you really enjoy it, I will get one for you and send them to you because I want you to sit with this cigar. This cigar is a very contemplative cigar. And it is something when you just want to sit and do life for a minute, right?
Right.
To me. There are a lot of layers here that just don't need disturbance. That can just you become one with this stick. So I want to see how you like it first, and I'll make sure you guys are hooked up for sure.
Okay.
Are you referring to the Ace?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's Justin and I kind of been sitting here just looking at our cigar and
I was just gonna say the wrapper is beautiful. I didn't. You noticed that I was doing that too, Chad? I've just been like staring at it, like
well, not
my
even
light
just
is hitting it just right. I'm like, man,
mesmerizing.
that's
to her point where I'm just sitting here smoking and thinking, and I'm just like listening to the conversation because I'm just kind of doing my own thing over here.
See?
I know, I'm the same way.
How crazy is that, right? So that's why, you know what? You don't get the justice of it. You are, but not good enough. I'm going to take care of you guys when we're all done, though, for sure.
I mean,
I'm glad
it's
you're
very
enjoying
good.
it. Yay.
That's great.
That's so great.
And Chad hit it when he talked about it, but you can have cigars that taste fantastic, smell fantastic, don't hold up. You can have cigars that have great construction and taste disgusting. You know, where some people are more too focused on one aspect or the other. And it seems like, at least with this cigar, since we're talking about the Ace here, that you've got the elegance. You know, the wrapper selection is on point. I do like the logo here. You know, I fits the vibe and the understanding that, you know, you've explained to us about Bella Dama, but it's burning very well. I ashed, you know, so I'm glad Chad didn't. I caught it before he ashed, because, you know, you got to see that white ash holding up. That's a sign of good construction. But we're also talking about good flavor points that are blending together. There's no harshness. There's no bitter tones. The notes are coming together. So you can definitely tell, like, there's a whole package of everything with this cigar. And I know, and we're not just saying this because you're on the show, like, the three of us have lived by being brutally honest on this show. So if we were trying to, you know, lie to you, we wouldn't be saying these things. We would just be trying not to
quiet,
say
right?
Trying to say quiet.
Avoid the conversation. Exactly.
Just avoid it. But, oh yeah, it's a great cigar. So yeah, so the fact that we're all continually talking about it, it's a great cigar, and the elegance is there. So
yeah, that's a good point right there, Pat. And I was going to say, like, it's very difficult to blend the cigar with this kind of strength that has this kind of elegance. Like, so what I mean by that is, like, there's no rough edges anywhere, but you can tell it's very powerful. It's a strong cigar, yet I can retrohale the whole entire thing. So for me, that's the perfect strong cigar, in my opinion.
Yeah. So wait, what does he say?
Have that perfect balance.
Peter's kickback. He said, "That's also my tell. Stare at the cigar like I want to ask it out on a date."
Yes. Wait a minute, you guys. So now I got to
asking, Peter.
Now I got to send you the clean. Okay. So wait till you see. Yeah. Okay.
I do like that.
I should have just sent it all.
I do like on the band that there's a cigar, but the ash is actually a rose.
Yes,
that's a nice little detail. I just noticed that.
I didn't see that.
So it's a cigar in the mouth with lips, with the ash is a rose. I don't know if you can.
So if you sometimes, if you'll look sometimes, though, you guys add an ash. If you ever look,
there you go, right
just
there.
Look at the tip. Thank you.
See
yes.
That? Nice cigar with a nice little rose petal on the front of it.
And that was not. It was just meant to be,
because
have you all just you guys haven't looked before, but if you sometimes look, now everybody's going to, hopefully not everybody, some people will look. There is oftentimes it resembles a rosebud, right? I don't know. That's any cigar. It's not mine, just mine. It's just cigars in general. It's kind of indicative a lot of times if you've got a good cigar. I think.
I've never thought of that.
Yeah.
I've only had one person ever tell me that, and now it's hard for me to unsee it. So
no, you're messed up for life.
You can say that all you want. It's fine.
You're fucked for life.
Yeah.
But especially when you got the cherry on the end, look at that sometimes. I'm being dead ass. So, take that. Yup. There you go. When you first brought it in, right? It's a little too charred at the moment, but there is an element of like a rose with the layers. It's just the layers more than anything. It's tricking. I'm tricking your eyes now.
Right.
Let me place a spell.
and you mentioned
that band came right off, which we're real big on this show.
Yeah, we are.
Band came right off.
Well, guess what? My factory wasn't, so I had to change a factory for my rings. Because the other guy got a little too big for his britches. He was just whatever, and I had the anniversary cigar coming up. He didn't want to reconfigure anything. It was a mess. So
you have an
I
anniversary
asked him-
cigar.
Yes, and I'll tell you about that in one sec because I'm excited about it.
Okay.
So I actually asked, so I found another factory, and then she wanted to do one in this paper that I felt it was like paper. Like I looked up the paper weight to it's printing paper, right? And so I go, well, that's not good. Printing paper is not going to work. Like, and so I asked him the gram of paper weight. So he gave it to me, and I let the factory know. And she goes, okay, we're going to do it that way. So she does it. So this is how it works for me. So I get my rings out of China. Okay. They go from China to Miami. I have someone who brings them to a broker, and then they get sent over to Nicaragua. So this is a process when you have these made. And they had to spend so many man hours because they were, I don't know if it was because of the thickness, there's still a question there, or it was because of the glue, the way that the rings were glued. They had the toughest time with this last batch, which is a lot of them. They put a lot of man hours in. People don't understand what it takes, right? So it's not just even the rolling process. There's a lot of steps, you guys, like so many steps. It's people have no idea what goes into this. I want to have a cigar company, sure. You know what? I had no idea. I had no idea. And I learn every single day. And the whole everything behind a brand is so extensive if you care, right? If you want to do it the right way. It's a lot. For sure. Yeah. So, but thank you so much for the compliment. I mean, the bands will all, or the rings, whatever you want to call them, will always be like, to me, I love the raised, right, on the band and stuff. They'll always be the same, but I may have to take the paperweight down. I've seen that. So, but yeah.
So it's to not parry off to another brand too hard, but we talking about when, the extra steps that you had that people don't think about, something that as much as on this show, we are cigar nerds and we kind of dive into the process. And we've got a couple, close friends that are in this industry that we get to get little tips on. We still got floored by the fact when we had Dapper Cigar on, Ian Reith was on the show, and he was talking about his anniversary box. The little detail you don't think about, and he talked about, he wanted his boxes numbered. He went to explaining the process of having to get a formal pendulist hired to write the numbers on the bar because he had to have samples written out. So it was the little things you don't think about that go into the production of cigars is a lot bigger than you realize until you start kind of diving into it. The things that you don't think about, like having to choose what cello you want based on how, permeating you want it to be. Nobody cares about that, but it's a thing as well. Like it's so deep into every little step that when you manage to get out and you feel like you've done a success, it's just realizing everything that you went through to get there is incredibly insane.
You don't ever, and you forget some of this. So you're talking about this, right? People don't understand. We have to have SKUs, okay, on all the sticks, all the boxes. Yep. Well, I hire a factory in the DR. They're doing all my SKUs for me, all this stuff. Next thing you know, these are like SKUs are the same for like 2 Robustos. SKUs are the same for this. Come to find out, I had no idea. I had to register. You have to register. It's a global registration, every SKU. Okay. And I've been in retail my whole life, but I've never done it where it's gone to marketplace, personal, like a resale marketplace, right?
Right.
And you guys, that alone, forget the money that it costs. It's stupid. Okay. And then you have to re-up every year to keep these registered. So it will come up under Bella Dama. It will say it's a flush. It's a this, it's this. And you pay for that. There is so much. And I didn't even know. I relied on a factory. I thought they got me covered, right?
Right.
No. Right. It is the learning curvature throughout is always there. Always. You have to have thick skin to do this.
For sure.
Thick, unless unless you have a mountain of money behind you or a family behind you, you know what I mean, been in this industry, this is not for the faint of heart. Let me tell you something.
I'm going to have to explain why I laughed, because I'm going to throw this up here. Peter's comment. I liken it to managing an octopus with 8 legs, and each leg is on fire. It seems pretty accurate.
And there's noise in the background.
Yeah.
So, Chad, I'm going to let you answer this since this is your boy. So in the middle of her talking, Gil asked us this question. So should I be making an order?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Because the only one I can speak on is the ace. You need to get with Peter. Yep. Yeah. But so far, so good, Gilly.
Yeah, and usually, and Chantel, I'm gonna be honest with this statement. I hope, I feel like what we've experienced on this cigar so far gives us good homage to your line as a whole. We have brands out there that you can smoke one cigar and you just end up getting the best cigar out of their line, and then the rest of them are trash, right? However, I don't feel like that's going to be an issue because of the points that Chad mentioned with the consistency, the construction. It's very hard for you to do this and the rest of your line just be trash, right? It's because you can tell that there's so much that's gone into this: quality control, a little OCD, making sure everything's the way it should be, which in this industry is a good thing. So, I have high expectations for the rest of the things that we're going to smoke and bring on the show as well.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I am so proud of my products. I can't tell you. Proud of my factory.
You should be. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Again, you guys, I wouldn't have stayed in this. You know what I mean?
No, we appreciate you coming on.
No, I'm saying I wouldn't have stayed in this
Oh, gotcha.
whole game of having a boutique. Again, it's a lot of work. So, but the people, I mean, they are, bar none, some of the best human beings I've met in my entire life. This industry is really special in a lot of ways. I stay out of the fray. There's always like bad apples. There's always politics and everything. I'm saying not politics from a red and blue standpoint. I'm just talking about politics, right? Within business. And there's a lot of that. I don't have time for it. I'm off the chain on Screech 24/7. So I'm not that person to pick a side like that. I like to stay neutral because I've already got my head in everything else. Last thing I need is to bring any turmoil or drama into my life. I live a peaceful life, except for, like Peter said, octopus. I'm squirrel. I'm just squirrel. Oh, hey, squirrel.
That's what me and my wife call it. We call it squirreling.
Thank you. See? Okay, you get it.
Well, I'll take a second to welcome 2 good friends to the show. We got Mr. Caffey down here. Thanks. First time he's ever come on the show.
Welcome.
Love you guys.
Good dude right there. And Justin, I'm going to put you bigger screen because I need you to bring this gentleman into the show for us.
Oh, baby. Oh, Ronnie.
Somebody start singing, please. If you want me like this. I can't sing. Do somebody.
What's up, Ronnie?
What's up, Ronnie? But yeah, Peter did throw this comment. I don't want to leave it out. So there are 0 duds because this is our reputation at stake. And that is a very true statement. You're putting all your love and emotion and blood and sweat and tears and money involved in something like this. So it's a big thing.
Next level. But there, there are, you guys, there's always a one-off somewhere. I don't care. I don't care, how hard you
it's handmade product.
I don't care. Yeah, thank you. It's hand rolled. You don't know what someone's, you pray, but you watch people roll cigars. To do that all day, every day, I'd rather stab myself. Not with forks, with knives, okay?
Right.
I mean that. Is it nice? Yes. Okay. Are they masters of the craft. I couldn't do it every single day that your fingers are raw. I couldn't. So yes, there's gonna be those offs. There are.
Yep.
And you know what?
Yep.
I am of the customer service. First of all, is my pillar of my business is customer service. And if someone comes to me and says, Chantel, this was jank, or this was wonk, or this didn't burn right, or there was this, I ship everything myself, believe it or not, because I'm a control freak in that regard. But I see it, I want to see it, but you're going to miss something. When you're doing big orders and stuff, you're going to miss something somewhere that you didn't see under a band, or you didn't see over there, or there was something. So we will stand behind it 100 bajillion%.
Well, you've already got another order to ship. Because
thank you.
Gil didn't waste no time.
Thanks, Gil. You're the rock star. Thank you so much.
Gil, did you order the Ace? Because that's the one so far. I'm gonna smoke another one tomorrow and figure out which one am I allowed to smoke next, Pat? Like, what's going on in the show? You need to tell me so I can smoke the one that's not.
Yeah, I'm about to tell my wife I'm going to pay her for her stash.
Well, Chad, I'll give you some. We'll get you some more because the other two that you have, we're gonna bring on the show. So we'll definitely have to get some more as a group. We'll handle that.
Sorry, guys. Do I have you? Okay.
Yeah, and Peter threw you on the spot, Chantel. He said Chantel will show you all a discount code for anybody else that wants to get them. So
yes,
sorry, Gil, you just ordered so quickly.
I will. Yes, but you know what? So whatever Gil ordered, I will make sure that I put something special in there for him personally. But yes, I will share a discount code with you guys privately.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that you can share privately. I can't do this publicly because we do have retailers. You know what I mean? And
right.
You know, it's just you just want to be careful. That's all. You don't want to. You don't want to upset the apple cart. To have a little small stuff like this for sure. But I don't want to put it out there to the masses, so I will give it to you guys at your discretion.
I just want to point out the smoke output on this thing. It's pretty wild.
Look at that! Yay!
I'm smoking up my garage.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm still floored with how elegant this is at the same time as being a very strong cigar. I mean,
which I love. I love a strong cigar.
So do I.
It can be smooth. It can be smooth and creamy, but I want the nicotine. I want the buzz.
But it's strong, and we all have said this. It's strong without bitterness, which is very difficult for blenders to want to do full house cigars and then worry about not trying to be too much. So it's not. That's a good thing.
I'm getting a touch of that Avo chalky smoke now too.
I did too. I didn't know if anybody else picked it up. I did too. Yeah, it's a great note, Chantel. Just to let you know, it's a good thing.
Thank you. No, of course.
We use the Avo heritage as our baseline for chalkiness.
It's like a dry champagne, but in a good way.
Ooh, that's a good explanation.
That's the best.
Why aren't you pouring some dry champagne over here for me?
Hey. It's St. Patrick's Day. I got the Jameson.
Oh, yes. Anybody else drinking anything Irish? Again, I told you I forgot to wear green. I don't even think I have anything green.
I'm Irish.
Irish 23
Dr.
flavors.
Pepper Zero.
Hey.
We always got 23 flavors in here.
And,
that's what you're washing it down with. All right.
Yeah,
all right.
So you said this earlier, but since we're talking about the construction and elegance, Peter brought it back up. The Tobacco Aragon rolls them for you. So homage to the factory for the quality control there.
You guys, they are. Roy Dell is the person, is a brother that I work with primarily, and I just love him and his family. And these people take such pride in what they do, and is such a big deal for me. It's such a big deal. They're not the biggest, right, in the industry, but they take such pride in what they do, and that was so. It resonated with me when I went with them in 2024, when I changed factories. They actually took the time. I had 6 at that time. I needed to get a different factory. Long story short is I had all kinds of people propositioning me at that point, right, in the game. I'd been in however many years. And these people deconstructed them, tasted them, whatever. And because I didn't want to take away from what I already had. I just wanted to elevate it, right?
Right.
So they just knocked it out of the park. And again, the construction and yes, all that sorts of things. I feel so very blessed to have them in my corner for sure.
Well, we got something you threw a reference to. Now we're on the back end of the show. So you mentioned something new in an anniversary cigar that you've got. So what can you tell us about that?
Oh, you guys. So this is our 5th anniversary. It came out a little late. Because it was taking some time. We got backed up, and then there was a lot of, as you all know, this has been a little bit of an up and down within our industry with tariffs and with customs. There's just been a lot of interesting things going on.
You're on cigar time.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Can you please say that so they can hear it in the back?
Cigar time.
You can't just say, hey, I want an order, or hey, I want this.
No, yeah, the factory's on their own timeline, and you have to abide by it.
It's 100%. So this is our new one. It is our anniversary stick. It is our full house. It is 6x60 Gordo. It's
there you go, Pat.
You're in love already.
Oh, that's right up my alley right there.
That's his size. He loves that size.
And so I know when we first, and what I did too, ironically, well, it's got all my fingerprints on it now. But instead of, I had the factory, instead of like lacquer it so much like everybody else does, I wanted to stay different. And so I went with the natural wood. So again, I have fingerprints. But it's very unique.
A flat.
Correct. A flat.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And so it's just the natural wood. And it is, they were perfection. It took a long time to like create that. Thank you so much. So like we discussed before I came on, we want to do a giveaway. I want to do a giveaway. So we're going to give away an entire box of the Bella Dama anniversary, which is 10 sticks.
An entire box. Nice.
Entire box.
Yes, because you guys are fabulous and I so appreciate you. So you guys are going to decide how you're going to run that moving forward.
So you said something before the show, and I think this is fun because one, it makes sure people are paying attention, right? We've done it before where we've done whoever comments on the show, we've done, free caption drawings, that sort of thing. But we want to make sure people are actually hearing your story. And if they missed it, they'll have to go back and watch it. So what we're going to do is when this show is done, one, if you're watching this and you're not a member of the Facebook group, Hollow Down Cigar Lounge, you're going to want to go join because I'm only going to post it in the group.
Ooh, I need to join.
So
yeah, you need to join.
Please send me a thing.
I thought you were already in there. That's my fault.
I might be. I don't know.
If you're not, that's my fault because I thought you already were. So if you're watching this on YouTube and or anywhere else that we've shared it to, and you're not a member of the Hollow Down Cigar Lounge Facebook page, go join it and jump in there. Because what we're going to do is we're going to set up, when we get off, we're going to set up a timeline for this. But how we're going to do the drawing is we're going to post, and it's going to be on this stream, we're going to post a question of something that Chantel said about her introduction to the brand. I'm not going to tell you what that is yet. So you're going to have to answer that question on that post, and then I'll put on there how long it's going to run for, and then we'll do a drawing out of those people that answer the question correctly.
Very cool.
There you go.
You guys, I love the fact that you said that they have to join the group. So before I was going to say follow, whatever. I love that. So don't miss out, you guys. This is
I was about to say, give us one more look at that beautiful box. Yeah, look at that.
Unfortunately, Justin and I are not eligible to win.
Correct. Show hosts are out. Sorry, guys. I'll just buy you one.
I was about to say, I'll search for them.
Don't worry, I'll take care of y'all anyway. You're good. So yes, you don't want to miss out. $225 value. Hell yeah, exactly. So yes, please, you guys. So you guys will post, I'm sure, something for people to see where to join. So you can't look, even if you rewatched this and got the answer or whatever you did, you have to join. So I love that. Very good.
And that's just because I think your story has a good, like I said, it has a good baseline to it, which we love stories. And so if you're coming into the show late, you miss it, rock on. Go back and watch the show because I want them to be able to go back and listen to your reason for the brand, and I think that's a good thing.
Don't want to miss out.
Chantel, do you have a Facebook page for your cigars?
I
Belladama
do.
Cigars?
I do.
Okay.
Belladama Cigars.
So maybe for the post, you got to like Belladama Cigars. You got to join Hollow Down.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe, all those things, and then a combination of it.
I love that because that's normally, you know what I mean, like what everyone does. But to be quite honest with you, I so appreciate you. Let's just make sure that everybody joins Hollow Down Cigars, right? And they'll find me, right? But just let's make sure that is a prereq for sure.
Okay.
Let's get them over by you because this is your show, and let's just make sure so we don't complicate it for everyone. You guys can find me. You can find me everywhere.
That's fair. All right, so y'all heard it. When the show's over, we'll post the question on there, and I'll post on there how long we're gonna let it go, and if you answer the question, then you'll get it. And I'm gonna put this question out. If you answer the question, do not answer the question on the post. I'm going to say that.
Yes,
I want you to message me the post because then only one person's got to watch the video.
Because then everybody's got it, right? So smart.
And what that means is if I see your comment with the answer, I'm going to delete it. So I don't want everybody else to know it. So I'll explain that in the post. You don't have to remember this. But I've got two things for you, Chantel. And this came from Chris Coulter. When you were talking about the Queen cigar earlier,
yes.
Chris Coulter said the Queen with a 5 Farms Irish coffee is the 10-tier pairing.
Chris, just, you know what? Do something. Like, I know you told me where to get it. We've been talking about this for like 2 years. Do something. Send me something. Like, you know, I'm not getting there. I want to. I'm so... Like, I want to get it. I want to try it. Have 5 Farms send it to me. I'll promote like all get out.
Because at first
it's like a Bailey's kind of thing. And when I tell you, Chris, I love you, but we've been trying this for like 2 years now, probably. I just don't remember, you guys. And it's not carried everywhere. It's carried at Total Wine. I don't have one buying me. So it's just... And I want to have some of that on easy breezy Sunday morning for sure. Okay. I do. We're not lying, or an after dinner thing, but I just can't. I'm trying. Something I need to send. Yes.
The Queen is forgetful when she goes to the liquor store. That's what he just said.
Listen. When you get a card at the liquor store, that means business. I don't walk in without getting a card.
There we go. Yeah.
But yeah, Chris, send me the bottle of the farm thing, and I'll send you sticks. Okay, that'll help me out. Speaking of which, you guys, can I do a shameless plug because it's right here?
Absolutely,
100%.
So I got to tell you, do you guys know Car Scott?
No,
I don't think so.
Car Scott has this tequila. It is.
Oh,
that's a cool bottle.
No, check this shit out. So it's Los Landeros. If you could post a link, that would be so cool. You guys, listen, I haven't even done this, and I'm such a jerk because he sent this to me. A month ago. I've had friends here, I've had family here. Haven't done anything, but I'm going to show you the coolest part about this. Check this out. This is badass, and I'm going to do it right here because. Car, I owe you. So
this is fun.
No, check this shit out. So watch this.
It pours a shot.
It's not even a line. Oops. Okay, I joked about it. Look at this. Is that not perfection?
That is awesome.
That's awesome.
No. Talk about like I can't do it with this new iPhone. I'm getting rid of it.
Is that a spider or what is that on the front?
You just got it.
No, I know it's a piece of shit. I'm sorry. I took the Jew route out and bought the cheapest thing. Los Landeros Blanco Tequila. You guys got to post something about this. So listen, let's see if I can do this shot, you guys. Does everybody have a drink? It's St. Patrick's Day.
Here.
We're not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheers.
So let's rock and roll. Cheers. Happy
Chad's got his Dr. Pepper. He doesn't drink anymore, but he got the drinks.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, sir. Ooh.
The lip smack.
Was it,
Oh, he's going to get a lip smack with me when it comes to tequila.
Whoa.
I really need a lunch. This
I
was
think
very impromptu, but listen, Los
we need a new
Lanceros.
spokesperson.
Actually, I'm going to
That's all
tell
I'm
you,
gonna say.
this was good shit. So, Car Scott, Los Lanceros, you were right here, so I had to. He's beautifully packaged. This is a Blanco. He said it had something different to it, and it does, but it's actually a really good different. I'm not a big tequila person, but when you give me the right thing that hits the spot, this one did. Thanks,
Okay.
Car Scott. Sorry. Thank you for that little plug.
No
Yeah,
problem.
absolutely. We're all about
Chantel, there's a question I'd like to ask everybody on the show. What was your first cigar? And then what was your first cigar that sparked your love for cigars? They're two different things. You said you had your first one when you were 16.
Jesus.
So that one obviously you didn't enjoy, but so your very first one and the one that you fell in love with.
Diamond Crown Robusto number 5.
Mm.
I was about to say, Chad.
That made me sink in.
Oh,
And then I can't, and I'm going to be honest because I can't be anything but honest. The next thing while I was going through this process was my father, but I can't remember which one. I just genuinely can't remember right now. But I'm going to tell you something. If I go into a place of business and I'm going to purchase something out of their humidor, I'm leaning towards my father.
you can't go wrong with my father.
You can't.
No,
I
you
just
can't.
had, my father Blue is a quick, great, phenomenal, phenomenal. And
The
my
new one?
father, I think, has stayed tight to the hip in their production, their construction. I think they're one of the winners in this big boy game.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I say big boy, I don't care.
And the Blue is a good homage to that because they changed factories or they added a factory. Let me word this correctly. And they were so particular about how things were to be done that even with the Blue being made at a different factory, if you didn't know that, you wouldn't realize it was made elsewhere.
I didn't know that. Yeah, okay.
They just don't play. They're understated. They don't need the bravado. They keep their head to the grindstone. They produce a phenomenal product. And to me, if I had to pick a go-to anywhere for any stick, it would be my father. 100%.
Yeah,
is the reason behind that, Pat, because the Blue's got Dominican in it, and is it made in Dominican Republic?
It's made in Honduras.
Honduras. Okay, I knew it had a different tobacco in it, so
yes, but they made
it's just easier to do in the place that most of the tobacco comes from.
And that was I think it's the first one. If I'm not mistaken, I think the first one that they've done in Honduras, if I'm not, because if you notice the color difference with that, like their bands are going to have slightly, from what I read, the banding is going to have different colors based on like which factory it was at. But that Blue was from Honduras.
Yeah, you guys, but when I tell you, when I tried the Diamond Crown Robusto number 5, that was in Chicago, right? You guys, I don't know what, and I don't know why. It's really weird. I couldn't get my hands on that forever. I would go. It was like a search. So I don't know if they stopped production for a minute on that or what, but I couldn't.
Chad got so offended, he left the chat. He loves that. He loves that cigar.
He does the Diamond Crown Robusto number 5.
Yeah. He loves that cigar. Yeah.
That is so crazy, right? But you know what I mean? Like, and it became, I don't know why, and I probably should look it up as far as their production. But then again, that wouldn't even matter. Maybe it just wasn't being shared with a lot of places, but I couldn't find that forever. People were like, what's your stick? I couldn't find it. Wasn't readily available. So I'd be curious to know the story behind that one for sure.
Well, Chad, if you can hear us, just come back in because it's saying you're stuck. So just bounce out, come back in.
He's stuck in his little box. This time we put Chad in the corner.
Put Chad in the corner.
They usually put me in the corner, but
no one puts Pat in the corner.
That's true. Yeah, no. I own the corner. I just put other people in it.
I own the corner. You work in the corner now, Pat.
Hey.
Right.
You're right about my father. We had a buddy this weekend, Teddy. He had a box of cigars that was rolled by Don Pepin himself. And they had 20 years of age, and they smoked amazingly. The cello was the yellowest I'd ever seen it. So what you're saying about my father's cigars, it speaks true.
Yeah. Thank
does.
you. So I so appreciate you guys' your feedback on that, because there wouldn't be another one
Yeah.
if I had to choose. If I had to choose, had
Right.
no choice, it would they'd be a go-to.
Right.
Yeah, they're a class act. They, again, nose to the grindstone. They're just taking care of it. They're on business, and
Yeah.
they do it well, very well.
And this has been I hope Chad can get back before we have to wrap this up, but we're getting on
I
the
don't know.
downhill.
Look,
So
you guys, look at this glow. Where is it coming from? Maybe I'm an angel. I mean,
Well, on
Hey,
the
this
next
is for the
show,
first
we'll work on
time.
your lighting.
hey,
You know what? No, I'm taking this iPhone back. That's stupid.
There you
get
go.
another phone. Hey, people understand though, we do this remotely, and I don't care how good your setup is. You could have a $10,000 DJI and have bad internet, and it still be blurry. So you know what? We're at the mercy of the internet. It is what it is. So you could have a great device, and it's still just not coming through, right? So
It took us a while for our setups to look like this, so don't
You
feel
guys,
bad.
yeah, no, you guys have great lighting.
You came in a hurry, plopped your phone down. You did great.
Oh,
And
come
we
on now.
appreciate you coming
I
on.
came in like
So-
the cavalry.
I have
Of
another
Miami.
question, Chantel.
Yes.
Do you have, outside of, and you may not, I'm just speaking here,
Yeah.
outside of the anniversary, do you have any other anything else that's coming out from Belladama that we could talk about? Or
Yeah.
okay, what
Yeah,
you
we
got there?
do. So we have other things in the works, so I don't want to talk about that part of it. But we are going to start doing a bundle line. This
okay.
is, you know what? You
There he
heard it
is.
here. This will be the first time this has actually been announced, and you asked me, so I'm saying it. Which,
Oh,
hey
okay.
Peter Presby.
Yeah.
So we
Sorry,
are
Peter.
doing because we've just kept it a wraps, and here's my big mouth, but it's okay now. So we are going to be doing a bundle line. They are there's no rings on them. They are in a bulk cellophane, the whole jam. Very basic. But they're all long filler. It is what you see, what you're tasting. There is no squash to that. So, but it has been a process. You don't want to just put anything out there, right? So, I mean, Peter even put a campaign out there. Anyone want to try cigars that you think maybe, might be something that would be for a company that you want to try them? Let's get your feedback. So we did some, feedback. And I think so far, seems like everyone is on the same page. So I think we're going to end up rolling out with maybe 4 to start.
Okay.
Extremely budget friendly price point, like next level, but they will go very quickly. So it's something that I have to get all the inventory procedures in place. They will drop ship out of Naples, and again, they're all part of Belladama. They're part of Smackler Aragon, which is our factory. But there's going to be very limited supply of them for sure.
Okay.
But the price point is like stupid, like next level. But
Wow.
because you're not paying for the ring, you're
True.
not paying for a lot of things. You're not paying for a lot of things, right? So, so that is coming out very soon. It's with so much all going on everywhere, it is so hard to go into another leg over there, right? We're getting there. It's just I need to press it. I need to press it to the wall for sure. So
The Joker, Peter says.
it's called, yes. So the Joker. So the Joker is going to encompass our entire line of these bundles. It's
Okay.
going to be the Joker. There'll be something on there, of course, that will tell you what it is, whether it's a mono, 6x52, whatever it is. There'll be something on there that will certainly identify what it is. But it's just going to have smack dab Joker on there. I posted something not too long ago, probably about a month ago or so, maybe 6 weeks, with myself holding this big Joker card at this lounge. And that was not a joke. I go, no Joker, you're on here. So that is something that we've just had in the works. We've been quiet. So, hey, you know what, Peter, go ahead. Now you can flap your gums. Here we go. So
Permission
this is
to
what we're
talk.
coming out with. Yes. So this is what we're coming out with. This is the Joker line, the Belladonna Joker line. Here,
Nice.
heard it here first. And again, economical.
Breaking news.
You heard it. Hollow Down got the first exclusive.
It's not a joke, and and you know what? You asked me, but we've kept it under wraps for months. It's just finding the one
He
that
said no
I
box,
want
no
to carry.
bands, 25 count bundles,
Yeah.
all long filler killers.
Yeah.
I like that. Long filler killers. I like that.
And the long filler is the thing, because a lot of companies that doing only short fillers when you do something like this. So
No.
That's nice too.
All of Dama Cigars, all of them, all 10 are all long filler. No, I'm not fucking around.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Why play? I don't want scraps.
Right.
Listen, I
There's
didn't.
places for that.
I may have scrapped my way to get here, but I'm not giving scraps. So
sell your scraps.
Yeah, no, we're not
somebody
doing
else.
scraps.
Somebody else.
Not
Somebody.
happening. Now, do you guys like the pigtail, like the Bahik gang?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
mean, I love a good pigtail.
I do.
There's nothing sexier than a pigtail.
All right.
I don't lie.
I'm funny. I like to clip off the pigtail and then I clip off the rest of the cap. I like a double clip. It's fun. It's kind of a little fun ritual.
Well, you know what I find with the pigtail is that if you're even in desperate times, you can just pinch that off. And if you're not even getting enough air, you can just take a simple toothpick and get your airway, right? It's like somebody choking in a restaurant if you had to use a straw.
Typically you can twist the pigtail off and it creates about the same size holes.
Correct. Yes. But in other words, if it's like a little too tight or whatever, you can just put the toothpick in there. So yeah. So there's going to be some good stuff.
I need a toothpick right now for this thing because I'm right now in the nub.
We're in nub-worthy territory. That's a good sign.
I love that. Yes,
still smoking great too.
Sign. Thank you so much.
I have not touched this one time with my lighter, and it's burnt just perfect all the way back.
This is what happens to me, you guys, when I'm on a show, right? So I'll be there and I'll see like it still keeps coming back. So I'm excited about that when I put it down or I'm talking. And then now I've just put it down. So I will finish the rest of this ace once we're done. Because it's too hard. You know what I mean? I'm trying to talk and interact and we're rapid fire 4 of us all together. So yeah.
Right.
That's just good conversation.
We've done 3, sometimes 4. Depends on if Chad's here.
And we've done it before where one of us has put, let the cigar go out and we relight it. But if that's the case, we don't throw that against the cigar. We throw that against our mouth.
That's like me. I've left that thing down for 30 minutes. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to let it go to waste. So when we're finished, I will sit outside and certainly finish.
Well, on the cigar.
I got weirded because I was trying to hang up on somebody trying to call me on Messenger. So I reached up, and as soon as I clicked like the X, it was his X, like it was his name. I clicked it, it booted me right out. I had no idea what happened. So.
Well, I had to do the same thing earlier. I'm like, sorry, I'm like this because I have luggage. It's supposed to be coming from Miami. That was delayed. I told you guys from yesterday. I was hoping maybe it was them, but I can't answer. So I told them to leave it at the door. Please leave it at the door.
So here's the question of the day. So, two questions. One, as we get to the end, I know we've talked about our notes with the cigar, so I'll reference the cigar for a minute. We know the construction's great. We've had great burn and draw. We've talked about the flavor. That chocolate hit, the balance of the brighter white pepper. You got the dark fruit notes. Has there been any difference with y'all in the final third or getting to the end that has changed for y'all, or is it pretty much staying that same bound of flavors throughout?
It transitioned for me like that first third was the heavy chocolate, heavy dark fruit. And then it went into the fruit kind of went away and it was more chocolate and coffee. And then the beginning, somewhere between the second and last third, I started getting that chalky smoke, that Avo chalky smoke.
Yep.
And then shortly after that, the fruit picked back up. And Peter was right. So I started getting some cherry again, or would you say plum?
Yes, plum. Yes,
plum.
Yeah.
Plum. So whatever that dark fruit note that I was getting that was a little bit sweeter with the chocolate, that came back in the last third. The flavors have been just on point the whole way. So, but it's not like it's linear. It's transitioning slightly, but it's blending between the same notes. It's kind of swapping them around.
And that's why I was wanting to ask, because the about an inch ago for me, that dark fruit came back stronger like it was at the beginning. So that's why I wanted to ask, because it came back for me as well. The other notes, like you said, are still there. It's just like that plum or dark cherry kind of was here and just kind of took a back seat, and then it just slipped right back in to remind you it's there.
Yeah, the balance point of each one changes as you go through. I think it just kind of high peaks and valleys.
So on a regular show, when we're not doing live, we talk about the rating when we get done and we post the screenshot. But since this is live, we're still going to do that. But where do y'all feel, if we were to, we'll be a little bit more specific before I post the screenshot on the repost, but where do y'all feel like number wise, if we're just sticking with the overall, that this would probably land for the two of you? I got a number in my head. I want to see where you guys are at.
I'm 91, 92.
Yeah, I'm right at 90.
So I was thinking 92. So we're all three right there at it. So Chantel, it gives you a mark of where.
Thank you.
When we repost the show at the end, we have the screenshot with our notes and the ratings. We use the box press. We use the box press app to show our ratings. So we'll post that up there. But
very cool.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you
we're all
so
right
much.
in 91
Absolutely.
average. So it's the construction's the biggest hit for all of us, because the flavors are good, but it has stayed just well burning the entire way, which is just a solid mark for any cigar.
Thank you so much, you guys. I so appreciate you. I just appreciate hanging out with you. Like, we have to do this again.
That's what this is. It's just a good hang.
We just shoot the shit and then smoke a cigar.
Right?
That's all we do.
Yes, I love that. So I'm gonna get you got to let me know about the drawing.
Absolutely.
So whoever follow down Cigar Lounge, enter to win. You got to answer the question. I know that Pat is going to take care of that for y'all.
Yep.
So there you go. I will hook you guys up with some other things, a remainder, some stuff, and we'll talk about that. I'm just gonna, but unfortunately, Pat gets the distribution portion of it.
Totally fine.
But I will definitely.
He's our dealer. We're used to it.
Yeah, right.
I'm always sending them stuff. So even when it's just our small group, I'm like, here's the next bundle of stuff for shows. So I'm always sending them whatever. So
you guys, such a pleasure to meet you. Like, again,
absolutely, you as well.
You guys are just fabulous, and I hope we can do this again sometime for sure.
Absolutely,
well, we feel the same. It was very enjoyable to have you on.
So much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. If y'all are out in the comments, thank y'all for commenting. We had several family members and friends drop in, and we love it, and we don't intend for this ever to be a one-stop shop. Cycle back around, bring you on for anything. It doesn't matter what it is, whether you've got a product or you just want to talk with us and hang, we're down for that too. So we enjoy this stuff. It's fun, it's family, and it's a big community for us, as it should be. And
I'll get you the coupon code too for you to post in your private group.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll do that.
Yes.
Very good.
Again, thank you for coming on. I'll be formal with it. Thank you for coming on and giving us the cigars to try. So first good hit for all of us, and we're going to continue seeing what Bella Dama brings to the table for us and keep pushing it out. So if you guys are watching, thank you again for the comments. If you have any questions, suggestions, any opinions, you can put them on the show notes. You can always email us at thehollowdown@gmail.com, or if you're not already, join us on Facebook at Hollowdown Cigar Lounge. It's got the logo that you see up here in the corner as the logo, so it's easy to spot. And, hang tight for the next show coming out. You never know what we're going to put out with, but until next time, y'all know the drill. Stay safe and hollow down.
Like and subscribe.
No hate mail.
No hate mail. All right, you guys be good. We'll see y'all later.
Good night.